Hi, my name's Robert Chelle with Chelle Law, and my law firm assists social media influencers with contract issues. Today, I'm going to talk about whether an influencer receives a 1099. So, what is a 1099? So, if you are classified as an independent contractor, which you likely are, if you're a social media influencer, you will receive a 1099, which is a form at the end of the year. And then the compensation received by the influencer from any of the sponsoring companies will have no taxes withheld. So at the end of the year or quarterly, which would be preferable, the influencer would need to pay to the government whatever self-employment tax would go with whatever you had been compensated. So in a normal kind of professional environment, you would have either employees or independent contractors. An employee would receive a W-2, and then their compensation would have taxes taken out of it, during the regularly scheduled payroll. As an influencer, you're not acting as an employee. You're acting as an independent contractor. You're just doing a specific amount of work for a sponsoring company for a specific amount of time. You don't see most influencer agreements go beyond a year. Most of the time, at most, they'll be 12 months, and then they'll be renewable by both the agreement of both parties. Sometimes it'll just be just an event. So you just have to show up for a day or for a few hours. And obviously in that scenario, it's a very short-term relationship, and being an independent contractor would be the only way to properly classify the influencer. So what I would suggest is, if you're an influencer and you haven't done this before, and you're just kind of uncertain how to handle the tax implications of this, you need to reach out to an accountant, preferably close to you. I guess it doesn't really matter nowadays, but someone who has some familiarity with social media influencers and kind of taking tax deductions and that type of thing. What they'll likely do is they'll tell you need to create an LLC, you need to get a tax ID number from the IRS, which is called an EIN, and then you'll also need to create a bank account under that LLC, and then you'll put all compensation and expenses will then run through that bank account, so you can easily track the expenses. And then at the end of the year, you can deduct a lot of the things that you needed to be an effective influencer. So it could be travel costs, lodging, meals, any type of costs associated with meetings. Depending on what type of influencer you are, it could be clothing, different products. There's just a ton of things that you can deduct. And so ultimately you may come out ahead of if you were just, kind of classified as an average employee. So there are some certain tax benefits to being an influencer. It's a different type of job, as you probably know. And I think the professional environment is kind of evolving as far as how they see influencers, and then kind of what the potential tax deductions for them can be. So does a influencer receive a 1099? Very likely, yes. Absolutely, they would. If you have any questions about your independent contractor agreement or influencer agreement, we certainly can help with that. You can give us a call at the phone number listed below in the description, or you can reach us through our website, chellelaw.com. If you thought this video was helpful, please subscribe to the channel. We release videos every single day. Once again, my name is Robert Chelle, and I appreciate you watching the video. Thanks.